Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. Are you a passionate believer in liberty and democracy? Are you concerned about the growing infiltration of Marxist and socialist ideology in our politics, media, and culture? This podcast was created by a citizen of the United States who was born and raised in Romania, a socialist country in Eastern Europe, during the 1970s and 1980s. As more and more members of our youth pivot towards Marxism, socialism, and communism in the United States of America and beyond, now, more than ever, it is important to focus on liberty and democracy, instead of the alluring Marxist and socialist trends which, as history repeatedly has shown, lead to repressive authoritarian regimes. Marxism does not lead to utopia either in the United States of America, or anywhere else in the world. Let us question governments, policies, and manufactured social progressivism. Let us go back to the times when it was okay for us to agree to disagree.
Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. For the next few months, our podcast episodes published on Wednesdays will include excerpts from Maestro Cercia's ebook, Comparing and Contrasting the Republican, Democrat, and Libertarian Political Parties in the United States of America, to help you understand further the ideas behind the politics in the USA. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Thank you for joining today's Liberty and Democracy podcast. We will now listen to our ebook titled Comparing and Contrasting the Republican, Democrat, and Libertarian Political Parties in the United States of America. In today's episode, we will listen to Chapter 4, Libertarian Party, including subchapter Origins and Evolution of the Libertarian Party, as well as Libertarian Party Platform, and Libertarian Party and Individual Liberty. You are welcome to interact with our artificial intelligence chatbot and read the ebook online via the ebook page at www.sersea.com. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 4, Libertarian Party. Origins and Evolution of the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party traces its roots back to the late 1960s, a turbulent period in American history characterized by social and political unrest. Dissatisfaction with the two dominant parties, the Republicans and Democrats, was growing, and people sought an alternative political ideology that embraced individual freedom and limited government intervention. It was out of this desire that the Libertarian Party emerged, challenging the status quo and offering a fresh perspective on governance. Drawing inspiration from classical liberalism, the Libertarian Party found its footing in the writings and philosophies of political thinkers such as John Locke, Adam Smith, and Friedrich Hayek. These intellectual giants advocated for individual liberty and limited government, arguing for a society where individuals could freely pursue their own economic and social interests without excessive interference from the state. These principles resonated with those who felt disillusioned by the expanding bureaucracy and powerful reach of the federal government. The official birth of the Libertarian Party dates back to December 1971, when a group of individuals convened in Denver, Colorado to establish a new political organization dedicated to championing the principles of liberty and personal responsibility. Led by David Nolan, a former member of the Republican Party, this gathering marked a turning point in American politics, providing a platform for individuals who believed in the power of limited government and individual rights. In its early days, the Libertarian Party faced many challenges. With limited financial resources and media attention, the party struggled to gain widespread recognition among the American public. However, its commitment to principles such as non-aggression, property rights, and free markets attracted a dedicated base of passionate supporters who were eager to promote a truly libertarian agenda. Throughout the years, the Libertarian Party has adapted and evolved to reflect the changing dynamics of American society and politics. While remaining steadfast in its commitment to individual freedom, the party has broadened its scope to include a diverse range of issues, such as drug legalization, criminal justice reform, and privacy rights. This evolution has allowed the party to appeal to a wider constituency, attracting individuals from both the right and left of the political spectrum who share a common belief in personal freedom and limited government intervention. Despite its relatively small size, the Libertarian Party has made steady progress in the political arena. Over the years, it has fielded candidates in local, state, and national elections, gaining attention and support from both media outlets and voters. Though often seen as a third-party underdog in the American system, the Libertarian Party has provided a vital alternative voice in the political discourse, challenging the monopoly of the Republican and Democratic parties and advocating for policies that prioritize individual liberty and limited government. As the political landscape continues to evolve, the Libertarian Party finds itself at a critical juncture. More and more Americans express dissatisfaction with the two-party system and have growing concerns about government overreach. The principles espoused by the party are gaining traction and resonating with a broader section of the population. The party's ability to adapt and communicate its vision effectively will determine its future trajectory and influence in American politics. In conclusion, the origins and evolution of the Libertarian Party underscore the enduring importance of individual liberty and limited government intervention in American society. From its modest beginnings in the early 1970s to its current stature as a significant political force, the party has navigated through challenges and changes while remaining committed to promoting a truly libertarian agenda. As the United States grapples with pressing social and economic issues, the Libertarian Party stands as a vital alternative, offering a vision of governance that prioritizes individual freedom and responsibility. Libertarian Party Platform. The core foundation of the Libertarian Party platform centers around the principle of limited government intervention. Libertarians firmly uphold the belief that individuals should have maximal control over their own lives, devoid of unnecessary government interference. This ideology spans across all facets of society, encompassing the economy as well as personal liberties. A key principle of the Libertarian Party is its dedication to free markets and reduced regulations. Libertarians argue that when businesses are burdened with excessive regulations, it impedes competition and inhibits innovation. Instead, they propose a free market economy where individuals are at liberty to engage in voluntary exchange of goods and services. This faith in the market's ability to drive economic growth and prosperity distinguishes the Libertarian Party from alternative political ideologies. A fundamental aspect of the Libertarian Party platform is the promotion of personal freedoms and individual autonomy. Libertarians ardently defend civil liberties and advocate for personal freedom in all spheres of life. They maintain that individuals should have the freedom to make their own choices, whether pertaining to their bodies, personal relationships, or beliefs. This resolute commitment to individuality distinguishes the Libertarian Party from other political parties that may prioritize societal values over personal autonomy. Regarding foreign policy, Libertarians champion non-interventionism and a reduction in military expenditure. They argue that the United States should take a less active role in international affairs, focusing instead on domestic matters. Libertarians believe in treating other nations with respect and prioritizing trade, rather than employing military force as a means of exerting influence. This approach to foreign policy diverges significantly from the more interventionist stances taken by both the Republican and Democratic parties. Another distinguishing feature of the Libertarian Party platform is its stance on social issues. Libertarians advocate for a philosophy of individual choice, wherein individuals are free to make their own decisions as long as they do not infringe upon the rights of others. Consequently, Libertarians endorse policies such as drug decriminalization, marriage equality, and reproductive rights. These positions often contrast with the more socially conservative views of the Republican Party and the more progressive views of the Democratic Party. In conclusion, the Libertarian Party platform is built upon the principles of limited government intervention, free markets, personal freedoms, non-interventionism, and individual choice. These core principles differentiate the Libertarian Party from the Republican and Democratic parties, thereby offering a distinctive political ideology. By comprehending and comparing the platforms of these three parties, we can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the diverse political landscape in the United States. Libertarian Party and individual liberty. At the heart of the libertarian ideology lies the principle that individuals should have the freedom to make decisions about their own lives as long as they do not violate the rights of others. This philosophy stems from a deep respect for personal autonomy and the acknowledgement that every person possesses an innate right to live their life in the manner they deem appropriate. It serves as a symbol of freedom, shining brightly amidst a political landscape often clouded by divisive ideologies. Although both the Republican and Democrat parties claim to uphold individual liberty, their approaches differ significantly from that of the Libertarian Party. Republicans, often seen as proponents of limited government, tend to place more emphasis on economic freedoms and reducing regulations. However, their social policies sometimes lean towards moral conservatism, which may impede personal freedoms in areas such as reproductive rights or LGBTQ+ rights. Conversely, the Democrats, seemingly driven by a commitment to social justice and equality, often advocate for government intervention to address societal issues. While their intentions may be noble, this can occasionally encroach upon individual liberties. The Democrats' push for expansive social programs and regulations can impose constraints on personal choices and inhibit the entrepreneurial spirit that is vital to a thriving economy. In stark contrast, the Libertarian Party embraces the notion that individuals should be unrestricted in living their lives, so long as they do not harm or coerce others. They believe that people should have the right to make their own choices regarding matters such as drug use, marriage, and business transactions. This unwavering dedication to personal freedom distinguishes the Libertarian Party from its counterparts. Moreover, the Libertarian Party recognizes the inherent flaws in an ever-growing government and endeavors to limit its influence on individuals' lives. Libertarians strive for a society where governmental interference is minimal, allowing individuals to pursue happiness and success without undue burdens or restrictions. They advocate for a smaller and more efficient government, understanding that excessive regulation and bureaucracy can stifle innovation, impede economic growth, and erode personal freedoms. It is important to note that the Libertarian Party's commitment to individual liberty does not imply a disregard for the welfare of society as a whole. Rather, it acknowledges that individual liberties and societal interests are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the flourishing of individual freedom often leads to a more prosperous and harmonious society. By granting individuals the freedom to make choices in their own lives, the Libertarian Party believes that the collective well-being of society will naturally improve. In conclusion, the Libertarian Party's stance on individual liberty sets it apart from the Republican and Democrat parties. Its unwavering commitment to personal freedom and limited government intervention resonates with those who prioritize individual rights above all else. While Republicans and Democrats may advocate for certain aspects of individual liberty, it is the Libertarian Party that consistently champions the ideals of personal autonomy and the pursuit of happiness, ensuring that the flame of freedom continues to burn brightly in the United States of America.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. We hope you found today's content interesting, intriguing, and useful. You're invited to join us again, as our podcast episodes are now published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the meanwhile, Don't forget to stop by our website at www.libertarian.center. Or our Liberty and Democracy YouTube channel at bit.ly/democracy videos.